Okay, so always now starting doing my makeup with the Labiotay Wine Lip and Tint, and I think this is the perfect start to the type of video today. So just adding some color to my lips while I do my makeup. And also this has been so great for mask wearing, since like we're not really wearing lip products, but if I'm like going out with friends and like we're eating out, which I don't do here in Arizona because
I don't have any friends here.
Just because I don't want my lip mask to get covered in lipstick, this is great. So this is a get ready with me, and I'm kind of going to talk about a lot of things. I kind of want to talk about like procedures I'd like to get done if I had money, just like, you know, superficial things, but I just thought it would be interesting to share. I'm sure a lot of us at one point or the other were not completely happy with ourselves and wish we could fix things, so I thought that would be cool to share, as well as some small life updates. Why not? I feel like I haven't done a get ready with me in a minute. I mean, posting versus filming is completely different. It just depends on the relevancy of my life slash what's going on. So yeah. Also, I'm doing light makeup. I'm not going out today. I do have a couple videos I want to record, but mostly just going to be studying. So, light makeup. So, it's no secret that I don't like the color of my lips. They just don't have like any color to them, and I feel like it just ruins the whole no makeup. Like, if I didn't want to wear any makeup, I think my lips is what makes me look bad, you know? So the first thing I always kind of wanted to get done was just get like a lip color tattoo. Not lip injections or anything. So basically it's like permanent makeup. I saw Sophie Showhead, I never know how to pronounce her name because she's British, but Sophie, she gets her, like, I saw that you could actually do that. So ever since I saw that, it's something I always wanted to do, by the way, but since I saw that like she did it, I'm like, oh my god, that actually exists. So basically they just pick like a natural color of your lip. Like, it's not like you're gonna have like red lips. I mean, I think you could if you wanted to, but I just want like a natural color, so like I don't look as washed out, just like how this is like a nice natural pink, something just like that. Obviously something that would complement me. This isn't like the most, I think, natural looking, especially like not on camera, but just to always have like some color so you don't look washed out would be great. My friend's mom does it, and I think she said like she charges $4.50 for it, and at the time I mean, I kind of still am. I'm going back to being really broke college student, and I use the word broke lightly, as in I don't have just like disposable income where I know it's gonna be like replenished after working. I have to be careful-ish, or I have to really think about what I'm, you know, spending my money on, and you know, that procedure just isn't something that I am like, oh my god, I have to get done here, take my money. Once I have like a consistent job, not like a temporary job, I probably would end up doing it. And it's just like one of those things that would like boost my self-confidence, and like not having to wear makeup and stuff, and feel okay with it, not look like, I don't know, I feel like The Walking Dead. But just remember, we're all our own worst critics, and you know, just because I say I want them doesn't mean I'd get them. The next thing, I think this one's actually at the top of my list of like what I would get done first, and it would be to get laser like on your face. It's called the V-beam laser, and so basically it just instead of, you know, like people with acne scars like tend to get like Fraxel laser or CO2 laser to shed like all of the layers of the skin and like have a smoother surface. That's not the type of like post acne scarring laser that I need. So I know you guys have been seeing this before, but I have like this whole red area here and this whole red area here, and whenever I get a pimple or even just like a bump, it always leaves a red mark, and it does not go away because it is underneath the skin. It's not like a surface thing, so it's not hyperpigmentation. So what the V-beam laser would do was, I think it's dissolve or break something where it affects the blood vessels under the skin. So if I like touch it, it goes white. So basically what the laser would do was just hit all of those little marks, and eventually, depending on like how severe or how many treatments, all of these red marks would essentially go away. And see how it's red and angry now because I was pressing it, and I wasn't even pressing it hard. Depending, it kind of looks like rosacea, but it's not. So depending on, sometimes it could be really angry and sometimes it looks not apparent, and it just really depends on my body and how it's reacting. I don't know how to explain it, but like if I'm, you know, working out, it's gonna be a lot more redder, and like because all the blood is flushing. If I get embarrassed, like this whole area will get red. Obviously I can cover that up with makeup and stuff, but honestly, like I wouldn't have to use that much makeup if it weren't for like those problem areas. So the V-beam laser is at the top of my list. However, it is one of the more expensive ones. Depending on the area and the place, it could be like anywhere between like $700 to $1,000 to do like the two areas, I think. So I haven't quite looked into it because that is a lot of money to spend that I don't really, that for sure I don't have. Like I could do the color thing, but because it's not like a big problem for me, I'd rather get done this first, which is like my biggest problem area on my face. Also, I just added a couple highlight areas underneath, just like underneath the brow bone, on the lid, and on the inner corner, and that's all I'm really doing. Again, a really simple makeup that's still gonna look nice for everything that I have to do. And one of the things I've been loving to do is I recently purchased the Colourpop liquid liner in just brown, and just using that instead of black, and I really like the way that looks. So I'm just gonna be doing that, but it's a little weird because it's like a pen, and I haven't used a pen in years. I've always used a brush, the NYX matte liquid liner. So it's definitely not the same. It's not the same consistency. So it's basically like I'm learning how to apply eyeliner all over again because I just haven't used a pen. So if it looks a little wonky, it's because I'm still getting used to using a pen. Like brush, yes. Even though this is technically supposed to be easier for people, isn't it? And why do I feel like Bambi when they're learning how to walk? Because I can't do this. My gosh. Whatever. Mascara fixes it all, doesn't it? I think it does. And just like that, mascara is on. I just put so many layers of mascara that I just never show because then it would take too long. But I'm actually going to move to brows. I usually wait until after foundation, but I'm not going to be wearing foundation today. So what I've recently been doing is like brushing my eyebrows up. And this could totally just be in my head, but I really like the way that the eyebrows look when I do this. So even if I look crazy, I have to like do stuff to my brows, but I can't be bothered right now. I had to be in the mood to do my brows. I just don't do them just to do them. Does that make sense? I have to be like in the zone, or like be willing to dedicate the time to make them look like grooming wise, I guess. Actually, the next thing has to do with my brows, procedure wise. So there's two things I'd like to get done on my brows. I'm sure you guys can tell that one brow is completely different than the other brow in regards to shape. So this is what my normal brows should look like on this side that I'm working on right now. But this one doesn't look like it. And that's because when I was little, I had an accident. And that's why I have this scar here. I don't remember this accident because I was that young, but according to what my parents have told me is that it was like in kindergarten or preschool, one of like the very first types of school like your parents can put you into. And it was a situation where we would always put the chairs on top of the tables, and apparently I was running around and fell and hit one of the desks, and the chair literally fell right here, like those really hard weird edges. If I can find a picture, I'll definitely put like what type of chair I'm talking about. And so that fell here, and I had a giant gash, and you know, they sewed it back up, but now I'm left with this scar and a new shape to this brow because of how they pulled the skin to close it. So yeah. So I'd like to get two things done essentially. The first thing is that I would like to get baby Botox, and again, not for the superficial reasons of like, oh, I can't have wrinkles, but I don't know what brow. Also, Lali Mizrahi was the one that introduced me to this concept, but she naturally has an overactive eyebrow, so like one eyebrow, it just has more expression because of the shape. So to get them more on an even level, she got baby Botox on that. So I don't know if like you ever notice, like sometimes this goes a little bit higher. I don't know if it's really like my expressions or if it's just the scar that makes it look like that. But essentially what it would be is to get baby Botox to calm down parts of the eyebrow to get them more leveled, because shape wise I don't think you could like reshape it for it to be quite even. I mean, I've learned over the years how to thicken up the other brow to kind of match this one, because I do think this brow just appears a lot thicker, so to match it, this is like the best thing that I've done, that I'm happy with my brows, whatever I've been doing recently, and it's just a lot of brushing out the strokes and making it look natural. So, but that's just to make them look even. But like, I don't know, I just would like something to like make them a little bit more even. And then, so I think baby Botox would help. The next thing I would want to get done is a hair transplant on the scar itself to have hair coming in, which can be done thankfully, I don't know thankfully, but because I for the most part live in California and around the LA area, and like not too far, just like a couple hours away, except right now I'm with my parents in Arizona. You know, there's a lot of good people that know how to fix like for cosmetic purposes, so I would want like a hair transplant where that scar is, just to not have the appearance of a scar anymore. And I know it can be done, but that's also very pricey, and you know, for now just doing the makeup, even though it tends to wear throughout the days, like it's fine and it works, but you know, it would be great if I didn't have to. And that's like what this video is about. I don't want it to be like super like, oh my god, blah blah blah. At least I didn't say like fillers, right? I have a reason for everything. And even if you want fillers, like you do you. If that's what makes you happy, then do it. I mean, I'm all about like, I'm not about, I mean like, not necessarily like changing your like facial features, but enhancing them, because I don't know, I feel like everyone who starts doing like extreme things, they all start to look the same. But I mean, if that's what they makes them happy, like good for them. My one kind of like super like superficial, but I don't really know if I want to do, like it would be nice if it didn't have all of these like side effects or possible side effects. It's a boob job. It has nothing to do with like, oh my god, I just want like giant like jugs. It's not about that at all. And maybe like when I first wanted one, it was because of that, but my body was still like developing. But now that I'm pretty much developed, basically is I'm not afraid to share this. I like getting personal, like, you know, this is like real talk, get ready with me, things I'd like to get done, like why not? It's not like I'm actually gonna do them all or get them done anytime soon. But so I am like, I'm not a B cup, but I fit into a C cup, but my boobs don't look like they're C's. And I think that really has to do with my own body shape, because my body shape is an inverted triangle. So it's like this. So my upper area, just like this whole top area, it is wider. So because it is wider, it pulls my, like, you know, my boobs are like wide apart. So yes, while I fit into a C cup, I don't look like a C cup because of how far they are. And it really just makes me feel odd. Not even like I don't have, yeah, well, kind of like I don't have any boobs, but the reason why I'd want them is because I want them to look closer together. Not necessarily because I want them bigger. If I was normal shaped, I think I would be really happy with the way that like my boobs looked, but because I am wider and they're like far apart, I think that's what really makes me unhappy with them. But it's not like a I'm gonna die, like, oh my god, like I'm never gonna be like attractive or whatever. No, like it's just something I would have wanted to get done, but then I saw, I'm leaving so many people. Coffee Break with Danny recently, or semi-recently, like posted a video about like implant illness and kind of like what she went through, and then all of these people like were sharing their stories, and kind of just like, even after you remove them, I don't know, like her video really made me question whether I want them. Like, is something so like unnecessary, just something like cosmetic wise, worth the possibility of getting a breast pant illness, which just messes with you entirely? It changes like your person, because I kept looking into it, and I don't know if it's worth it, if it means that I'm going to change, like the way that I live my life is going to change. So yeah. Also, another thing I've been loving to do with my makeup is just getting my wet beauty blender and like getting, I know this is like old news, but with my press powder, oh my god, it looks so good. It doesn't even like, it performs a whole different job than like what it did if I would have used it like with a brush. So I'm really amazed by it. I know this isn't news or anything, but I started doing that, and I love setting my face with my Maybelline Fit Me with a damn beauty blender. Yeah, that's basically everything I would want to get done. Obviously some are more, there's more reasons to it than others, but you know, it's not like I feel hideous because I don't have any of this done. It would just like make my life easier, and the sense of like getting ready or feeling like great about myself without makeup. Maybe by sharing something manifests, maybe not. Maybe I'll have a lot of like people who don't like me or like my videos be like, oh my god, you're so fake, blah blah blah, you'll always be ugly, blah blah blah. I mean, I've been blessed that I haven't had like that many people just comment things. I think it's like once in a blue moon. Like obviously people just like the video because they don't like me, but then they still watch me, but I don't really care because it's like, whatever dude, like you're still helping me out even if like you are disliking the video. So keep on doing that if you want. But yeah, like I don't think I have that many like haters that are always like against every little thing I say. I mean, knock on wood, it's eventually, you know, it does happen, and I can't expect it not to happen, but sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Moving on to like other life update stuff, I'm getting a puppy. What? We're actually picking her up the day after tomorrow. Super exciting. We spent this whole morning, my mom and I, just prepping the area that, you know, she's mostly gonna be in. So the house is all carpet and, you know, puppy and potty training. Yeah, so my mom was like, we gotta do something about that. So we ended up like putting a gazillion layers in like a corner where her playpen is. We didn't get a crate, just because, I don't know, like we've never, like my first dog I think was in a crate, but Coco, my dog now, like we got her when she was 10-11 months old. She was a rescue pup, and she never spent her life in a cage, with us at least. And for the most part she was potty trained. I don't know if it was because of her previous owners, even though like they abused her, or if it was like the shelter, but she just never did cage. And we thought a playpen would be better with the house being carpet over a cage, just because it's a she wouldn't have to feel trapped. And I'm gonna insert like clips and videos because we've already met her, and so now we're just gonna pick her up. So we went with playpen basically, especially as she's gonna get bigger than Coco eventually, so we wanted to have like a big enough space for her to grow in and be comfortable in and not just feel stuck in a cage. And you know, dogs don't tend to kind of go where they eat, so yeah. And it's also like right next to the door to the backyard, so hopefully there wouldn't be many or any accidents, but we shall see what happens. We're very excited to have a new pupperoo dog. I mean, it's fun, it's cute, and because I'm home due to online schooling, I'll have time to train her because my parents don't necessarily have time to train her, and the boys probably wouldn't do the best job training her, so it's really gonna be me training her, which is fine. It just means I'm gonna be the favorite, but that means that it's going to hurt both of us when I have to go back to school. But the main reason we're getting a puppy is because Coco, she's 9, and you know, her white hairs are starting to come in. I think I put way too much blush on, but whatever, it'll fade eventually. Right, but I think that's all I'm gonna do for makeup. I don't want to really do much. Oh, and because like we were like moving around a lot, my allergies are going today. But because Coco is getting a little bit older, and you know, for a chunk of her life she did have other dogs when my parents and my family lived in California as well, and so when they moved she went back to being alone, and her anxiety just isn't good when she's alone. And you know, just having a puppy around will youth her up and just have somebody else to play with that isn't like a human. So that's the point of getting the puppy for the most part. And then I don't know, like it would kind of, I think it'll kind of help everyone when it's time for Coco to go, you know, when she gets too old. Of course, we're hoping that, and we're expecting that there's still gonna be a long time till that, but it's just kind of like getting another dog in the house, so you know, life gets better for her. Of course, we have to work through like her not getting jealous and stuff with a new puppy, while she has been like the only one for a couple of years. But we think after that initial phase she's gonna be really happy to have another dog around, because when we lived with my grandparents and my grandparents' dogs, she always wanted to play with them because she was the youngest and they never wanted to play with her. So yeah, that's the reason for getting a new puppy. And you know, why not liven up the house a little bit more, liven up the house for everyone. So yeah, expect a lot of puppy content coming soon because I'm getting a puppy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me. Let me know how you feel about anything I said? Is there anything that you would love to get done, but it's not like essential for you to get done? Like I just shared everything with you? Or are you one of the ones that are perfectly happy? Good for you. Like, teach us your ways, please. Teach me your ways to be happy. I mean, like I said, like I'm not like, oh my god, like I don't feel beautiful if I don't get these things done, but it's just like I'd like to get them done. Maybe one day. I wouldn't die if I wouldn't get them done, but it'd be nice to like not have to worry about certain things. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this try to get ready with me, and I will see you guys all in my next one.